Tonight on The Hidden Hour. OpenAI drops GPT-5 and the internet can't agree if it's genius or hype. The James Webb Telescope spots a nearby world that could change where we look for life. And chemists finally trap an impossible all-carbon ring at room temperature. 3 breakthroughs. 3 secrets. 1 story. Rollout started with team and API users, with enterprise and edu following. Assign OpenAI sees GPT-5 as a workhorse for companies, not just a chatbot for casual Q&A. But outside the lab, reactions were mixed. Major outlets report that while GPT-5 is better, it's not the mind-blowing leap some expected. Coverage points to lingering issues, factual slips, stiffness in tone, and a bumpy first week that had OpenAI publicly tweaking the rollout. So what's the secret here? Expectations. Benchmarks reward careful reasoning under test-like conditions. Real-world conversations are messy. The story isn't Aggie Tomorrow 500, it's the quiet, industrial shift. Models that scale cost-wise, think longer only when needed, and slot into tools at work. That's less sci-fi. And more everywhere, all at once. 4 light years away. Our cosmic backyard, the Alpha Centauri system, has long tempted planet hunters. Now, NASA reports new evidence for a giant planet candidate around Alpha Centauri. If confirmed, it would be the closest directly imaged planet around a sun-like star. Huge for the field. Analyses combining past non-detections with new Webb data tighten the picture. A Saturn-class world on a multi-year orbit is looking more plausible. The mass and radius estimates vary because we're at the edge of what imaging can do, but the signal has survived several checks. Why does this matter for life? Not because the gas giant itself is habitable, but because large moons around such a planet, in the right zone, could host oceans and atmospheres. Webb can hint. Future telescopes like Roman or the LTs could clinch the case. For decades, chemists chased a ghost, cyclo-48 carbon, a naked ring of carbon atoms with nothing else attached. These rings are ultra-reactive, they fall apart before you can study them. However, a team has just stabilized cyclo-48 carbon by threading it through 3 larger rings. Much like locking a soap bubble in a chain, the result: a 4-catenane that shields the fragile carbon loop in solution at room temperature. This is more than a chemistry stunt. A stable, all-carbon ring lets researchers probe electronic structure and transport in a way that could shape future molecular electronics. Think carbon-only circuits at nanoscales. It also validates supramolecular force field tricks for taming otherwise untamable molecules. 3 headlines, 1 theme: control at the edge. GPT-5 tries to control reasoning time to be useful and affordable. Webb pushes the limits of contrast and glare control to see a world hiding beside a blazing star. Chemists control a molecule's freedom so we can finally study it. The future isn't just bigger or faster, it's smarter constraints. Which reveal surprised you most: the AI that's powerful but polarizing, the neighbor planet that might have moons worth watching, or the carbon ring we finally trapped? Drop your pick in the comments. If you like science with a hint of mystery, subscribe. New episodes every hidden hour. Subscribe. Next video teaser.